said, did you see a pandemic? They're like, oh yeah, because they wear masks. No. You saw masks. I'm not saying that. Did you see a pandemic?
Yeah.
Did you see dead bodies? Did you see full hospitals? Did you see ambulances running back and forth? You didn't see anything. They convinced you to ignore your eyes and believe the garbage. And they do this with absolutely everything. And God stands in the way, and baseline morality stands in the way of complete slave mode.
Yeah.
So they come along and say, okay, what's the baseline morality? Not having sex with children. Okay, let's attack that and say pedophilia is okay. What else? What do you see with your eyes? The sky is blue. That's a man. That's a woman. Okay, well, the sky blue one's difficult. Well,
Let's start with
let's do this one.
one.
And they
God
do it so
forbid.
that your own eyes deceive you.
Yeah,
And
but do you know what's scary is that there's actually people who believe that. There's genuinely people that think that a man is a woman is a man, and we're ignoring the psychology behind it.
They're the same people who think posing on OnlyFans is empowering.
These are the people who canceled me.
They're the same people. Empowerment is showing your ass.
They're gonna come for us,
Isn't it? The same women who think empowerment is showing my ass and breasts, getting a Chanel bag and holding a champagne glass on a private jet. I'm empowerment. That's not empowering.
Yeah.
For me, that is prostitution, like you say.
And even, I think it was Emily Ratajkowski. I wrote an interesting piece for Russia Today, and I said, the joke is on us, ladies. If Emily Ratajkowski is, going in Blurred Lines. Blurred Lines was the music video where they were all basically, the girls were all naked, the guys were all dressed in suits, and she said, I felt so empowered because the woman was a director. The director was a woman, so I felt so empowered being naked, and it's all about, your sexuality and whatever. And I'm like, the joke is on you, girlfriend. Like, you're just giving them a show. What are you talking about?
But can I just say, because I live in Dubai and I meet a lot of women who are about that kind of lifestyle.
Yeah.
There is something about they're able to get a man who they don't even like, pay for their rent, pay for their business, pay for their clinic, and then say bye and send his money back to her boyfriend in wherever she's from. Don't you think that it's twisting the power dynamic? Aren't women becoming a bit more in control by this?
No, it's not controlled. Do you think the guy cares?
But do you think she cares?
No, but that's the whole point. But she comes across like a prostitute. Like I said, when she's 45 and the looks have gone and she's chasing now the crack dealers. She's gone from the brokers to the ballers to the crack dealers for anything. These guys have got their wives, kids. This guy is, for him, astaghfirullah, I don't say, it's just ejaculating.
I know.
Men are like this. I used to have a gym. It's like a barber shop. Married men, especially in England, they go to the gym, they go to these Thai massages for this happy ending. The woman looks like me with long hair. You are like Burj Khalifa. She looks like me. That guy closes his eyes. He has a fix and goes home. All right, she'll put the dinner on. They don't think it's nothing. Men are built like this.
I know they don't think it's nothing, but don't you think there's a part of her that when she set her life up and now she's a millionaire and she's got businesses and she might have a kid with this guy, don't you think that a part of her is like, oh, I don't care either. I got where I need to be.
Won't she care?
Her will always feel ashamed. Trust me.
Won't she care?
I honestly, because if Cardi B doesn't want her kids watching her music videos, why?
Yeah.
So, come on,
That's what I'm saying. When you have,
if you're sitting downstairs in the lobby and you're going from, 1 hour, a different guy, go upstairs, do it. 2 hours, go upstairs, do it. Do you really think a woman is enjoying that?
Yeah, suicide rates for prostitutes is about 8 times higher than ever. And I'm really curious what the suicide rates will be for OnlyFans girls, because it's too early to look at the data, but there's no way that's going to lead to a stable outcome in the future.
But I know what you're saying. I think even not prostitution, I think you're discussing maybe a
gold
girl.
digger.
Yeah, gold digger. She gets with some beta dude who has a bunch of money. I think
it makes sense for them.
Yeah, it's
beta dude.
It sounds great.
But you know what?
If they don't sleep with him, I would applaud her.
I would do it. Yesterday.
Then she's a hustler. Then she's good.
No, but it's the paradox of femininity. It's actually very interesting because if you look at, they always say nice guys finish last, and most beautiful women could get a nice guy who will do anything they want and give them all his money and be loyal and love them. But women don't want it.
But don't
so,
you think?
They don't want this dude.
But nice girls feel like they finish last as well because
nice
that girl. Because the girl that doesn't post and doesn't have a BB and doesn't have a boob job,
I disagree with that. A girl will always find a man.
Do you think so?
Always. Men, like he said before, those nice guys work hard all day, not in shape, hasn't got time, pays his bills. Where's he gonna? Like you said before, he's not gonna meet a girl. He's got no confidence.
Yeah.
Like the story he put before on the podcast where his wife runs away with a guy.
Yeah.
He's got a kid. He's 45. He's finished.
But don't you think there's
women
nice
at
girls,
any age can find a man?
But don't you think there's nice girls out there that are cooking, cleaning for their man while he's having sex with random girls that he's met on Instagram?
I get what you're saying, and I think that's different. You're talking about
nice
something different, though.
Yeah.
You're talking about don't be an easy girl and don't act like a wife if he hasn't wifed you.
No, but if you
know
are
what I
a
mean?
wife, I know
Don't
girls
give
that
him
are
everything.
wives and they
Yeah.
are at home with the kids and
Yeah.
stuff, and their husband is stepping out, and she gets to 40 with 3 kids, and he's left her for a 23-year-old. So there are nice girls also. I think nice people. I don't think it's a nice guy thing. I think nice people, and guys don't realize this. I did a video the other day about how men secretly like gold diggers. They like entitled women, and everyone came for me. But the reality is, men invest first, then love it. Whatever it is, whether it's stocks, shares, crypto, once they've invested, then they start seeing the value in you. Before investment, they don't. So the girl that doesn't ask for anything and doesn't challenge a man, she actually loses her value with men.
But you can still be a nice girl and ask for things. You can definitely be
Yeah.
a nice girl and still ask
Can I
for
have some
things.
money?
You don't have to. You know?
No.
Broke you.
Clickbait that.
Broke you. No, I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
It is interesting. But I think that even if you were to look at, let's say, lonely men, lonely women,
Yeah.
a lonely woman is a woman with a bunch of choices, but she doesn't want any of them. A lonely man is a man with no choices, and they're completely different things.
Yeah.
And I understand what you're saying about the girl who gets a guy who does anything for her and hustles her and gets money and a clinic and all this stuff. But girls don't normally want those men. They don't. They want the top tier guy who barely replies. That's the reality.
Sorry,
you have to look
it's-
at
it's
you,
very,
and
very
you
true.
have to look. You have to look at us also, not just societally, right? Because a lot of the things we do don't make societal sense. But evolutionarily, we're different. We're animals. We evolved a certain way. And women like the idea of a top tier male, whether physical specimen or status or finances, etc. And that's never going to be the guy who's like the beta who works hard and gives you all his cash. And that's you have to make a choice as a woman, and it is a difficult choice to make. If I was a girl, I don't know which one I'd choose.
But as a man, do you want the girl that's the hottest girl in the room, or do you want that simple girl that no one would look
No,
at
we
and
want
she's
the
a
hottest girl in the room.
Yeah,
Who's
but
a simple girl? We want both.
but then that's
You
the
want a
same
beautiful lady who's simple, no,
dichotomy.
you
That's
want
the
a woman-
same dichotomy that
We
women face.
We speak off camera, a lot of my friends.
Yeah.
And we've had private discussions many times.
Yeah.
And it's always, we should appreciate, like, there's women. Like, I spoke to one friend who's very wealthy, and he has a baby mother, whatever, like you call. And he goes, why am I spending money on these hoes, sorry to say, like,
Yeah.
the term, when I've got a woman who's a ride or die. And he said, like, I got to an age where I'm putting all my effort into her. Whatever happens, I realise it's an hour after shower, all women are the same.
Yeah, the same
Hour after
shit.
shower, the same as men. You get used to them.
Yeah.
The lust goes, and it comes down to who's a rock, who's there when you had nothing, who's that, and that's the main key. Who's raising your kid while you're out having fun?
Yep.
She's sitting in that house looking after a kid. As men, we know babysitting a child for
Yeah,
2
it's not
hours is
easy.
like,
Yeah.
she does 24/7. The meals, the education, tells them what's right and wrong, potty training, whatever.
Yeah.
When the older you get, you sit back and think, you know what, that woman deserves
But
respect.
in that process, you've hurt her a lot.
Men, unfortunately, where men have, like you said, it's not a good thing.
No.
Men are built in the same way without God, and then my terms
Yeah.
Allah in the holy book and scriptures. If I wasn't a Muslim, I'd be worse than anyone. No, my boundaries are set by God.
Right.
Yeah.
But so it's instinctive.
You can find men who do not have that, who do not seem to have that desire to go out, and even though. Let me tell you one more thing first.
Yeah.
Societally, men look at the world slightly different than women. As
Yeah.
well. We look at the world in terms of like completed tasks. If a man gets a Porsche, he goes bang, tick off. Okay, I got a Porsche. When am I getting a Rari? That's just it.
Yeah.
I got a house. Okay, cool. When am I getting a mansion? That's
Yeah.
just how we. And in the world we live in, men are hyper competitive, right? So the second you get something, you're not allowed to really look at it and enjoy it too much. You got to go on to the next
Yeah.
thing. And unfortunately, we do that with women. We want to go bang. Okay, she's
Yeah.
a solid chick. She's home. She ain't cheating. Boom. Okay, let me get another
Yeah.
holiday. That's just how we are, right? Which
So
is
annoying.
part of it societally. But also from an evolutionary perspective, yes, we're evolved to do these things. And you
Yeah.
can find men who don't seem to have the instinct to chase those women, but that's going to be the same man who doesn't have the instinct to chase those money, get power, get influence, be the top dog. The top dog is going to be the top dog in everything.